Am I a good person? That's the question that we ask ourselves. Are we good people? We like to think that we are, okay? And the haters, of course, say that we're not. They throw garbage at me, in fact. Hurts my feelings. Don't tell me those words that I don't like to hear. Sorry, I'm venting. Not bad! Today, we play a game called The Test. Secrets of the Soul. And apparently, this is a test that you take. And if you take it, it's going to tell you dark things about yourself that might shock you. I know we've played something like this in the past. I don't remember when, but we did. But this is a completely different game. Made by the same person, I believe. So let's find out, shall we? These games are so fun to play because I like to just talk about this stuff. Every angel has a demonic past, and every demon has an angelic future, if one so wishes it to be. The madman said it. He's very angry. You find yourself inside of a desolate chapel in the throes of a midnight storm. The rain pelts the windows like falling stones, and the wind rages on as the chapel doors tremble. Spooky. After a quick glance around the room, you hear a low, gristled voice growl at you from the darkness, beckoning you in. Come in. Oh, you look so nice. Hello, wanderer. If it's a pleasure to find you here. Come in from the rain. Rest your weary bones, for we have much to talk about. Are you good or bad? Looks like the storm is going to last a while, wanderer. Make yourself comfortable. Okay, you just asked me the questions already. Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to answer them for me. So the thing is about this, we have to be very honest. That way I'll have the opportunity to get to know you. So you might find out things about me. You might actually hate me by the end of this episode. The real you. Bring it on. Okay, I will actually try to answer these truthfully. Do you know what the meaning of life is? Well, we are here, whether we like it or not, right? So what do we do with that? I have a very simple answer for this. Cat. Okay, well, I would say the most basic meaning of life is to keep the human race going, right? But what do you really do? Is it to love? Is that it? Is it to learn? I think that's the goal. To love and to learn. Other than that, I don't freaking know, man. Do good things. I'll just say yes. Do you believe beauty is ageless? It really depends on what you're saying. Are you talking about someone's soul? Like, are they a good person? Or are you saying physical? Because both of those things do exist. I would say overall, yes. Do you believe a human being can produce something perfect? Well, human beings created peanut butter. So yes. Do you believe inspiration can be created by oneself? Yes. Well, yes, of course. You can inspire yourself, but I would think most of the time it's things around you that inspire you. That's kind of what the word inspiration means, right? But if you think about it, somebody has to start the inspiration somehow, so yes. Would you say arts is an integral part of life? Yes. Yes, art is what makes things fun. Would you consider yourself to be a talented individual? Dang. This is a tough one. I really don't. I don't think I'm that talented. I can say that I'm more talented than someone else at something, but I mean, pretty much everyone usually is. But what's that one thing that I'm so good at that I feel like I'm better at than most people? You know, I'm just gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. Do you believe being beautiful is an advantage in life? Yes, absolutely, especially as a YouTuber. My God, if I looked like a chiseled Chad, man, I'd have so many more subscribers. Do you believe people should be judged? It's very hard to do this, especially when you know, let's take a murderer, for example. It would be very easy for a person to make a judgment on a murderer. Very easy. They're a bad person. But there's other situations where it's like, there's a gray line, and it's like, it's tough. It's tough. That's a tough question. It's very philosophical. I mean, judges exist for a reason. You know what? Screw it. I'll just say yes. Do you believe there are certain things that exist that we cannot perceive with our senses? Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. For one, think about how a radio functions. There's nothing connected to it. It's a signal. We can't see Wi-Fi signals. We can't see, there's probably so many signals that are going past us every day we can't see with our senses, but yet we know for a fact that they are there. So if radio signals can exist, which mind boggles me, who's to say that other things don't exist, like ghosts or, you know, other dimensions, like, you know, like, it's crazy, man. Would you say you often lack motivation? Often? Lately, I kind of have been a little bit, but often, we'll say no. Do you believe that one day the world will speak only one universal language? I mean, are you talking about if one country takes over the world? I don't see that happening, but you know, who am I to say? I'll say no though. I don't think so. Do you believe societies shape people? Yes. Like, come on. Do you believe time erodes achievements? Depends how good the achievement is, I guess. Depending on how great the achievement is, people will talk about it forever. Because they're always going to be asking, well, where did that come from? Oh, that's where it came from. So I'll say no. Do you believe you possess free will? Oh my god, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I hear this a lot, that people say that they believe everything happens for a reason, but that implies that there's a controller, right? I believe in God, and God is supposed to know everything before it even began, right? But at the same time, we all have the ability to choose. Like, look, right now, I'm gonna choose to do this. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. I felt like I had the free will to do that. But was it pre-planned that I was to do that? I don't think most people wake up and decide, I'm gonna be an alpha human being for the rest of my life. That's my goal, right? It happens one small step at a time. Maybe, you know, just kind of compromising on morals. Just a little bit at a time until eventually you find yourself in this place. And I feel like that's a choice. You know, ultimately, your life is a series of choices that you make. But also because I believe in God, right? Is it possible that maybe it's not like that? Maybe God lets people, you know, again, you don't have to believe. I do though. But does God let people make bad choices on purpose? Because you got to think, how could there be God? And then also, how could there be awful things that happen in the world, right? Evil has to happen. Because if there was no evil, we would never know what good is. Oh god, this is so deep. So that, like, logically that makes sense. There has to be bad things that happen. It couldn't all be perfect because really what was the point? What's the point in that? This is hard. Okay, you know what? Let's just say yes. You can make choices, but then there's so much more to it. I'll just say yes. Do you believe you're a self-fulfilling prophecy? You are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Again, this kind of goes back to this. Do you think everything in your life is predetermined? Do you think that this is how it was supposed to be? Okay, I need an example for this one. Okay, so here's an example of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Believing you will do poorly on an exam and then failing the test. Or thinking that you won't get the job and then not getting it. Oh, so it's having a belief about something and that belief becoming true? Oh, okay, so actually, yes, I'm a firm believer. If you think you can do something, I mean, if anything, that you have a much higher chance of achieving that if you actually believe that you can do it. There's always exceptions, but I'll say yes. I believe that if you tell yourself you can't do something, you're most likely not gonna be able to do it. Because first of all, if you don't have the belief that you can do it, you most likely won't even try, because if you truly believed you couldn't do it, then there's no point in trying. So you gotta try. Do you believe some problems cannot be solved? Do you believe some problems can't be solved? No. It's just a willing. I think it's just you have to be willing to solve it. It takes a lot of people to solve problems at once, but you could do it. You could. It's just hard. Like world hunger, you know, all the big issues in the world, it is possible to solve, but getting everyone to be on board with that is the hard part. Do you believe in the existence of karma? I do believe what you put out in the world is probably what you will get back. I think that's been proven to us many times over. If you're an awful person and all you do is put hate out in the world, I believe that you will experience hate yourself. You will, you know, you will get that back. Are you sometimes afraid of yourself? Afraid of myself? No. Do you believe you made an impact in this world? I hope so. You know, I hope that I have. I think in one way or another I have. Do you believe everything in life has a purpose? I may not know the purpose, but there must be some meaning to it. Have you considered yourself to be a fearful person? Like scared of everything? I'm kind of paranoid. I don't really know. Do you have many regrets in life? Not a ton, no. Everyone's got regrets, but not a ton. Do you feel like anything is holding you back in life? Is anything holding me back in life? My procrastination, probably. Have you ever been heartbroken? Sure, everyone has. Have you ever broken out someone else's heart? Probably, yes. Do you believe in destiny? You know, there's just some things in life that it's hard to explain. You know, have you ever like thought about something? You just had something on your mind. And then, you know, say you had a person and then all of a sudden they call you. And you think that's kind of weird. And, you know, I feel like that does happen a lot in life. It's where you think about someone and then they're like, you know what? That's crazy. I was just thinking about you too. You know, I've had those weird, strange coincidences in my life, you know? And it's crazy. Again, it's kind of hard to answer yes, but I'll say yes. Do you believe the future is unpredictable? Yes. I mean, you can sort of predict it, but it's pretty unpredictable. Do you believe all things in life are connected in some way? You know, yeah. Would you consider yourself to be a prideful person? Prideful. Well, I can say sorry. I can admit when I'm wrong. I feel like I really can. Sure, everyone has a bit of pride in them, but I would say I definitely know people that are very prideful, and I don't think I am super on that side. Do you believe that equality exists in the world? I believe equality exists depending on where you live, because there's some parts of the world where equality does not exist, and that's just how it is. I believe if you live in a free country, I think life can be harder on other individuals, but not just based off of things like skin color, but also background. Background plays a huge part in it. But I think that we all have choices to make, and no matter where you start, no matter what you look like, you can choose to make good choices. And if you make good choices throughout your life, I think things will turn out pretty dang good. And if you make great choices, no matter what you look like, what color you are, then your life could be even better compared to another person that's a different color. So I really don't think that is what, I don't think any of that should be focused on, right? There'll be people that be like, well, yeah, that's easy for you to say because of blah, 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 blah. But there's people from all different backgrounds that either A, ruin their life, or B, are super successful. So to me, there's no excuse. You might disagree with that, and that's totally fine. I'm not here to make you agree with everything I say. But I think that, yeah, just don't make excuses. But there's parts of the world that are just unfair, and that's not anyone's problem or fault, I meant. So I guess no. I don't know. I guess no, because I don't know, man. I think it just, yeah, if you live in a free country, sure, yes. But if you live in a country that's, yeah, no. Like, I don't think people in North Korea are free, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. Would you consider yourself to be a resentful person? Resentful. No, I definitely could be. I easily could be resentful towards people. But if you hold on to resentment, even though it might be justified, you might believe that you're justified for a good reason. But again, it only hurts you in the end. You got to get to a place in your life to where you don't resent anybody. That's easier said than done, but no. Are you putting your best effort into shaping life the way that you want it? Yes, I'm trying. Do you believe you've made many mistakes in life? Many? I mean, everyone makes mistakes. I've made a lot of math problem mistakes. I'll say no, I don't think so. Are you willing to try anything once? No, not drugs. I'm not willing to try murder once. That's not good advice, by the way. Don't try anything once. That applies to things like food, maybe. Things that aren't serious. Do you have a pretty good understanding of who you are as a person? I would like to think so. Have you ever felt like you're... Oh, no. Nah, never. No. Never. If your best friend was dying and you were the only one who knew, would you tell them the truth about their condition? Oh, so like they don't know, but I know. Oh, that's tough. Because the question didn't say that there was a way for me to prevent it. So say that I could possibly prevent it. I mean, I feel like I would tell them because I want them to find a way to prevent it. But you know, again, I can't add more to the question. If I knew, I would tell them. I guess I would tell them. But like, if there was nothing that could be done, let's like, why? Do you believe that assisted, unliving should be permissible? Yeah, I know that this is an actual thing that some people or some countries are actually doing. And it's kind of crazy, dude. I don't like it. It's weird. Like, that's too, ugh. I don't like that. No. I don't think so. I know there's a lot of circumstances out there, but I just don't like it. I don't think it's good. Have you ever wanted to live forever? Honestly, like, I kind of do a little bit. The reason why, let me tell you why, is because, like, assuming that things in the world will be relatively normal and not just end. Let's just say, you know, things keep advancing in life. I want to know what the next video game's gonna come out. I want to know, like, how crazy technology is gonna be. Like, I'm curious. I want to know what are we gonna have flying cars? That's the stuff that I want to know. You know, what's the next new anime coming out? But would I get bored if I lived forever? Would it just be boring? I feel like it'd be kind of cool to live forever. I mean, kind of. I think eventually that would be a curse, but we'll just say yes. Would you consider yourself to have a dark mind? This is something I struggle with a little bit. Like, I feel like I think negatively more so than I have been. Especially when I first started YouTube. You know, everyone's like, oh my God, this is gonna be great. You know, and then you start to think, oh, well, it gets hard. You know, things get hard and you start to, and also social media. I feel like social media is the worst about making your mind dark. You know what I mean? We don't need to know everything that's happening on in the world all at once. Nothing good could possibly come from this. I would say yes, but also I am positive at the same time, and I can think good thoughts, but I have dark thoughts as well. I mean, I think everyone, sure. Have you ever wished to be loved by all? Who doesn't want to be loved by all? Of course, everyone wants to be loved by all. It ain't gonna happen. Sure, but I would like it. Do you believe that you could still live a happy life if you were hated by all? Like, hated by all? No. Bro, if you were hated by every person on the earth, how could you could even interact with anyone? Think about it, because I hate you. I mean, technically you could, but I don't think that'd be a great life. Are you intentionally afraid of letting others get close to you for any reason? Not particularly. I mean, when it comes to YouTube, I'm pretty distant. You know, but like maybe in real life, no. Are you a fan of thunderstorms? No. They're kind of cool, but no, not. Ah! Hey, that was not funny. I love them. You would. Look at you. Have you ever been overwhelmed with a sense of dread or impending doom? I have kind of had that feeling a little bit, but you know, I don't really believe in it. Would you say that you have many friends? I don't have many friends, no. Would you say that you have many enemies? I mean, truly, no. Like, haters online, I wouldn't really count them. They don't even actually know you. But like in actual real life, like, no. Have you ever trusted someone entirely without question? Probably, yeah. It's not a great idea. Do you ever believe that you're destined to be a hero? I'm destined to be a hero. No. Do you sometimes believe that you're destined to be a villain? Maybe I should start my villain arc, huh? Huh? That would be... Ooh... It's time. No. If you had superhuman powers, would you use them exclusively for good? Of course. Do you ever have difficulty finding beauty within yourself? I mean, do I ever? Sure. Do you believe that sometimes suffering is a necessary part of life? Yes. Yeah, you gotta go through hard things. In fact, if you don't, that's a pretty boring life. And also, you won't really learn much because, you know, it was too easy. Too easy. So you never learned what it feels like to feel pain. Do you believe that torture is ever justified? I mean, to get some information out of them, yeah. Do you ever feel like life is torturing you? Torturing me? No, again, I think life in most is, again, if you're in a free country where you have the ability to better yourself, again, it's all about the choices that you make in life. If you can get away with breaking any laws that you wanted to, would you walk around doing anything and everything you wanted? If I could get away with breaking laws. Again, it comes back to morals and ethics. I'm trying to think if there's any law out there that I would not feel guilty about breaking. You know what? I pay my taxes. I pay them. Trust me, I've paid them. And I've paid many, many dollars in taxes. It ain't fun. And you know why? You know why I don't like paying them? I understand why taxes are important. Right? They do help society function. We pay, it's like schools and everything like that. But what I take issue with is the fact that you pay taxes and also it gets wasted. And also, like, it just gets taken advantage of and wasted. And you don't have a say in that at all. I think that needs to be reworked. I think that you should have a vote. It's like, this is what my taxes can go to. And you can at least know that you were doing that. But I don't like that, like, basically, you just have to, you don't have a choice. You just don't have a choice. You can earn the money, but, oh, you have to do it. So I would break that law. That's the only thing I would do, though. If you found a stray animal and bonded with it over the course of a year, only to be confronted by the owner a year later, asking for the animal back, would you return to the original owner? It's like, I mean, there's legal issues with that, I think. If the owner doesn't claim them and you actually legally own them, I wouldn't give the animal back. Because... it really depends. Like, okay, I have an example for this. My dog, our Dee Dee, I love her to death, but she was an escapee. I got her from her shelter, and she was chipped. And in case you don't know, dogs can be chipped, and basically, like, it has the owner's information. So she was chipped, and even though she was, they still never came and got her. So that just told me they didn't care about her. So legally, you know, because they didn't come claim her, it's ours. Now, if they try to come and be like, oh, well, I actually want the dog back, it's like, no. I've been taking care of this dog. But if someone was frantically looking for their dog, I would give it back, you know, if they were actually trying. But there was a clear case of like not trying. And plus there was only a few animal shelters in the town where I got her, so it's like they didn't even check. They just pretty much just gave up. Do you often see the good in someone, even when it isn't there? I mean, yeah, I see the potential in good for people. Yes, everyone has got a potential for good, but, you know. Do you believe that the difference between good and evil is only a matter of opinion? No. No. I think, sure, there's circumstances, but I think, again, overall, we know that it's wrong to kill innocent. You know, we know it's wrong to take from people. We know it's wrong. I think we all know that. Do you believe that love is weakness? No. Would you consider yourself to have a fortunate luck most of the time? I mean, I feel like I'm very, I feel like I have been very lucky, but I've also worked really hard. That's what I feel like. Have you ever wondered if life could be a test? Yes. I find your answers very interesting. Okay, we're gonna get our verdict. They're gonna tell me something. I don't know if they're gonna flat out say you suck, or if they're gonna give me a word for sure. I'm just not exactly sure. I believe I got to know you so much better in such a short period of time. I'd like to thank you for allowing me to the opportunity. It truly has been a pleasure. As a token of my gratitude, I would like to bestow a gift of wow. I would like to give you a gift. It's the gift of insight, Wanderer. I will tell you what I see deep within you. Okay, here's my truth. Please listen to my words carefully, Wanderer, for they bear the weight of your soul. As we walk through the shadow of the valley of death, evil Gnarl's hands reach for us, poking, prodding, pushing, and pulling us into the blistering sun. It wishes us to walk in the hellfire and to burn among the others who did not stay in the shadows long enough to be saved. It snarls with its crooked jaws, spiked teeth, and voracious appetite for destruction. And it fears not man nor beast, for it is the vile and wretched incarnate. It whispers to us directly in our ear as if sitting atop our shoulders, waiting for our moments of weakness and discord. And when the world grows silent in the darkest parts of the night, that will be when the whispers are heard the loudest. When the silence is deafening and their voice cannot be missed or mistaken, that is when they spit jagged words forged to cut. Would you just get on with it? Is this what they're telling me? When the war rages on inside your head, when everyone you trusted is gone and dead, when you're alone to sit with your thoughts of dread, you must remember one thing, and only one thing. Those who sow in suffering will reap bountiful harvests of joyful triumph. Okay, that's nice, right? It's like you work hard. Look far past the struggles of today, Wanderer, for the tears you shed in the darkness will fall like seeds into the earth. And when the sun comes back out again, this time it won't burn as it once did. Wow, such nice words for such an ugly person. This time it will bring fruitful crops of jubilation and rejoice. The whispers will fade from your ears. And the unwarranted debt for peace placed upon you will definitely be paid in full. Heed these words, Wanderer. They will help you on your journey forward if you let them. I want to give you one more parting gift before I take leave. A simple gift, if you will. One singular word. Alright, so this is my special word. I'm not sure if that other stuff was special, but it was very nice. And that gifted word, I wonder, is garden. Oh my god. Plants vs. Zombies. I'm a garden! Isn't that kind of perfect? Green has been my thing. I'm a garden. It's destiny. That's kind of crazy though, right? Like, we've made lots of like planted things. I've played lots of plant games. I mean, I got Scrubchant over. Is it over there? Can't see you. You're blocking. You're being blocked. Oh no. Yeah, you can see her. She's literally blocked in my camera view. I can't see her. That's so fitting. In a weird way, huh? Think about it. Remember this word moving forward. It will help you in ways that you couldn't possibly fathom. Trust me on that. And with that, I take my leave. Until next time, Wanderer, I am Lettuce. Today's Scrub of the Day goes to Mammy Destiny.